Alright everybody, so first things first, you want to spray the bleach cleaner directly onto the fingerboard. How's it going everybody? Jake here, and today we're going to go through the proper way to clean your guitar. Now a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of different cleaners and a lot of different procedures to follow depending on what type of guitar you have. So today we're going to tear one apart and we're going to dig into it. Let's do it. So first, we're going to talk about the types of cleaners and cloths I'm using. First is Music Nomad 1 guitar polish. Now this is safe for all gloss finishes on guitars. So you don't want to use this on like a satin finish or such, but all gloss finishes it should be safe to use. Up next, something to clean the fingerboard. Now here I have Proline lemon oil. Lemon oil is my favorite thing because it hydrates the wood and keeps it from drying out the best, but you want to make sure you're only really using this if you have a rosewood fingerboard, which is a dark wood, or ebony for that matter. You don't really want to use this if you have a maple, especially a finished maple fingerboard. If you have a finished maple fingerboard, you want to use either some sort of guitar polish or F1 oil. They make F1 oil to be safe for all finishes, it's all natural, but to be honest, there really isn't much of a need to clean a finished maple fingerboard. If you polish it, that's great, you just want to make sure to get all of the cleaner off or else it'll really absorb into the wood and it'll make this nasty build up. Last up for cleaners is something to clean the frets. Now I use Frine. Now Frine comes with a rag, 3 different types of blades, and the Frine cleaner. So this is safe for all finishes because you're really only touching the frets. Now to clean the frets you can also use a really fine steel wool, but again, you don't want to use steel wool on a maple fingerboard of any type. It'll really wreck the wood. Alright, now onto the rags we're using. So this is a Fender factory rag. So you want to get a really plush rag for this procedure. You don't really want to use the really fine microfiber ones. Those are more to get the grime off the fingerboard. So I really like a plush rag. Now, you can use any microfiber rag, but I would really recommend just go to the guitar store and grab one made for guitars. Lastly, something to clean your fingerboard. So, like I mentioned a moment ago, you can get a really fine microfiber rag. So these are great for cleaning fingerboards because you can really dig in and get all that grime out. Now, if you're cleaning rosewood, you can indeed use paper towel. It'll get in and get all that grime out just as well, but if you are cleaning maple, definitely use a rag. Alright, let's grab a guitar and do this thing. Alright everybody, so here we have my 1987 Charvel Model 3 that is in need of a detail. So, if I was going to do a full detail of the guitar, the first thing I would do is polish the frets. Now, fret polishing is something I really don't do that much, to be honest. It's something I may do yearly, or when I just buy like a used guitar for the first time, I'll go through and polish the frets. So, like I said earlier, I'm using Frine by Music Nomad. So you want to pull everything out. And you want to find the guard that fits your fret size, which I believe, if I remember right, is the largest guard. So Music Nomad does claim that if it gets on your fingerboard, it won't hurt it, but just to wipe it up immediately. So do make sure you're using the right blade, but if you get some on the fingerboard, it really won't hurt. So, to clean a fret, I'm just going to pick one at random here. You want to take some of the Frine, and you need a very small amount of Frine. Oops. Just that little dot is fine for a single fret. So you want to hold the guard and just work through the fret. And I can already see this fret is now like very bright and shining. So after you do that, you want to take a part of the cloth that doesn't have the Frine on it and just wipe it off. Perfect. And I did get some on the fingerboard, but like I said, it doesn't hurt anything. Just good to wipe it up right away. And you do that throughout the guitar, and boom, your frets are polished. So next up, if I was cleaning my guitar, I would condition the fingerboard. So this is rosewood, so I would use lemon oil. Now rosewood I do recommend you condition every once in a while. Every 3 to 4 months is fine, just to keep the wood from drying out. Now again, if you're using maple, you can clean it, but there's really no need to condition it. Again, they make the F1 oil that is safe for maple fingerboards, but what you can also do is just spray some guitar polish on it and just wipe it off. If you just want to clean it up, that's fine, but there's really no need to condition it. So, lemon oil. One thing to keep in mind is that lemon oil is really acidic. you only want to get it on the fingerboard. Now, I have seen people come into the shop where I work at and they've accidentally mixed up their two cleaners and sprayed lemon oil on the body. And what it'll do is it'll sink through the finish and make this nasty bubble. So you want to make sure to only get it on the fingerboard. Now, so what I would recommend to apply it is to take your paper towel or your cloth and just away from the guitar spray some on. I would always recommend, if you're using rags, to use separate rags from your normal polish to your fingerboard cleaner. That way you don't have any risk of getting any on the body. So what I'm gonna do is, off camera here, I'm gonna spray a decent amount on the paper towel. I'm gonna go up and down the fingerboard. It is okay to use it. You don't want to like overdo it and drench the wood in it, but it is okay to get a good amount on it. You want to be able to see that it's wet and that the cleaner's on there. And then I'll usually let it sit for not long, 20 seconds or so, just to let it sink in. That's the conditioning part of the process. You want to let it sink in a little bit, again, to keep the wood from drying out. So this has been plenty long enough, and then you just want to go up and down with the clean part of the paper towel and just get all that grime off. Now, if you're really worried about getting this on your finish, like you really don't want to risk it at all, Dunlop, if you buy the tech kit, or really any of the kits from Dunlop, it comes with a lemon oil, which actually the top of it is a little sponge, so you just turn it upside down and wipe it up and down the fingerboard. That's my favorite one to use, but they don't sell it individually, at least last time I checked. You have to buy the whole kit. Which obviously, if you see here, there's more off camera. I have enough cleaner. Perfect. Fingerboard is conditioned and cleaned. So last thing to do if you're cleaning or doing a full detail is to polish your guitar. Now this you can do as often as you'd like. This is totally just to preserve the look of the guitar. Some people prefer it to look all smudged up. I personally, if I can, I like to keep it looking really nice and shiny. So again, I'm using Music Nomad 1 polish. Now, this is mainly for gloss finishes. So the best way to do this is just spray it right on there. Spray it all over the body. If you get some on the fingerboard, it won't hurt anything. And then you just want to take your really fluffy microfiber rag and just work into it. Like I said, you're not conditioning the wood here like you were on the fingerboard. You don't really need to let it sit. You're just getting all the smudges off and making it look nice and shiny. Spray a little bit more if you want. You really, don't spray directly at the pickups, but it's not gonna hurt them. Maybe after years of doing that, it might, count for some oxidation, but really a guitar pickups and the bridge are going to do that anyway, so it's really nothing to worry about. I always run the rag over everything, just get all that dust out. Don't be afraid to get the back, and the neck is finished on this, so feel free to spray the back of the neck and just get everything nice and clean. Like I said, this is all for looks, so as long as you're cleaning the gloss parts of the guitar, you're fine. That's why it's safe on a maple fingerboard to clean the fingerboard with the cleaner, because it's just a gloss finish. Boom! Good to go. And then last thing, bonus, if you want something really cool, they make the Music Nomad, I forget what they call this, it's some sort of brush where it has a brush up here and on the back, so you can get all those harder to reach places. If you're doing kind of a full detail on the guitar, you can go over the hardware and just get all the dust off. And there you have it. Your guitar is fully detailed. And that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below down in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you dig it. So, until the next video, guys, see you later.